Podcast. I am Elijah, along with Braden, who is back, and Hayden, obviously man in the controls. Do we call you a producer?
Technical producer.
Technical producer. You are co-host. Love it.
Sure, why not?
I am also co-host. So we've got a number of things to get to. First of all, Titans win in Indianapolis. Big win for them. Good win for them. Anytime you can win a division game, it's a good win.
Yeah.
Yep. And it puts us up. I would consider obviously the Colts as the biggest rival, biggest threat in our division.
Sure.
So it puts us up 2 games and another division win over them. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and I think they are the second closest team to the Titans in the division, and they are defeated right now.
Yep.
As in, have not won a game, 0-3, and their schedule doesn't really get any easier. My biggest takeaway from that game could have been a lot bigger of a win, but we couldn't hold on to the football.
Turnovers.
Yeah, Titans had 3 big turnovers, in my opinion. Tannehill had the one pretty bad interception where I think he was kind of guessing where the running back and tight end were going to go, and he threw it right into Darius Leonard's numbers. The second one I don't really think was Tannehill's fault.
No.
It
Popped up in the air. When it's a 50-50 like that, you can't really.
One of them went off of Chester Rogers, didn't
Yeah.
it? Just
Yeah,
popped
that
right
one.
in the air.
Yeah.
I think it kind of went off chest part of his shoulder pads and just popped up in the air, got picked off, and then Nick Westbrook-Akina, who I thought had a pretty good game, sans the fumbles. Right. What was that, inside the 20?
Yeah, it was in the red zone.
And so on a big third down, Titans were going to probably go in and score. Fumbles it.
Well, he caught it for a first down.
Yeah.
And was at the 5-yard line and then fumbled it.
Get stripped, but we talked about it. We texted about it. That is a game that the Titans used to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of the biggest takeaways. It's obviously like the beginning of the year didn't start off like we wanted it to, and but watching the game, it was like it never felt like we were out of control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it never felt like, oh crap, like this is gonna turn bad. Which I think was I had an opposite reaction a couple of years ago. You know, just like every time we'd be in the lead, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh
boy,
no,
Yeah, and the kick that put us up 9, I feel like in past years it's like, okay, we missed that kick. Colts go down, score, we somehow lose by 1, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it goes to show you that, yes, kickers have one job, but how important they are. And obviously we've had our kicking woes, but
Can we talk about one thing that really bothers me? How in the world, so like you said, you have one job. How in the world do kickers just constantly keep injuring groins? It's like that's your job to literally not.
I feel like that is the most pertinent groin, or like that is the most pertinent thing on a kicker.
Using, yeah.
Besides,
that's the only
the
thing that they injure.
And it's just like, do you not know how to warm that up by now?
Yeah, this is coming off the news that Kern is on the injury report with a groin injury, and we
signed Johnny Townsend, who I think is better than Trevor Daniel that we signed last year, and we remember how that went. We signed Trevor Daniel before a Thursday night game
that
against
FedEx guy?
the Colts. Yes.
Wait, was it?
I don't think it was the same.
Trevor
Was it the
Daniel
same guy?
That was the Tennessee punter.
I know he went.
Yeah, that was the FedEx. He was literally delivering packages, and they're like, "Hey, can you still kick a ball?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." Turns out he can, but he can also get punts blocked. So
I do remember that now.
I think Johnny, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I guess we just want some punter depth. I don't know. And then it was like, well, Kern is out or most likely out with a groin. He was limited yesterday, and then, or maybe didn't practice.
I don't think he practiced today.
On Thursday. We're recording this on Thursday during Thursday Night Football, Bengals and Jags, but
Tie game, 14-14.
it is. It's a good game. So.
Oh, speaking real quick of divisional matchups and Jaguars and all that, I pulled up a stat that I hadn't seen anywhere else. So this is a Hayden original stat. It's not that crazy of a stat, but it's.
So you found this stat?
I mean, I just thought about it and it was true. So, outside of divisional games,
Sure.
the AFC South has one outside division win, and that's the Titans over the Seahawks. Other than that, the AFC South has.
That's like a deep stat.
Has
the AFC South as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
My brain could not comprehend that for a second. I'm with you.
And it's funny because like the AFC West and the NFC West got 4 wins in the first week.
Yeah.
And we have 1. And that's good to know for the Titans.
Yeah, and the AFC South is not a great division. In the past couple years, it's been really good with Watson and
Colts defense.
The Colts had been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterback's Meyer. But you have to play the games that are on your schedule, so I'm definitely not going to apologize as a Titans fan for the division that we're in.
Yeah.
It's just you play the games that are on your schedule, and we have – I saw that I think it was PFF said that we have like the 3rd easiest remaining schedule,
which is weird because we play the Bills, the Chiefs, the Saints, the Rams.
Yeah.
They're all really good teams.
So –
Niners.
Yeah, I'm hopeful
Niners
it's
matchup.
Who else is in the? Oh yeah, you already said the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the Titans win. It was one of those. I think Vrabel said it in the post game. He said it wasn't pretty, but it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's pretty deep if you really think about it.
That was
I wanna
in
know what it
itself
meant.
beautiful. Wow.
It was just so elegant. Like wow, yeah, that's so true. Like I'm not pretty, but I'm beautiful.
That was my one note.
Anywho,
that I had for this week.
Derrick Henry, did Derrick Henry things. I saw someone say this on Twitter. I wish I remember who it was, so I could give him credit. But
Take the credit. You thought of this.
someone said, "I'm done having the conversation of who the best running back is. We need to start having the conversation of who's the second best running back because Derrick Henry is, in my opinion, getting into a league of his own, especially if he can continue to catch the ball like he has been so far this year.
He has more catches than Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara and all that.
Crazy.
So it's awesome.
And isn't that stat still alive where we're like 16-0 if he rushes over 100 yards?
Nope. I think we lost that last year.
I swear there was
There's a stat if
during the Seahawks game.
If
it
we
was
score 2 touchdowns, if Henry runs for 2 touchdowns,
Maybe that's what it
we're
was,
undefeated.
So far,
Maybe
Henry
that's what it
this
was.
year, 80 carries, 353 yards, 4.4 average, 3 touchdowns. He's got 12 catches for 105 yards. 2020 through the same amount of games, 3 games, 82 carries, so 2 more carries, 319 yards less, 3.9 on average, 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 26 yards. It seems like Todd Downing has kind of put an emphasis on Henry catching the ball. And it almost seemed like last year, if there was any chance of the running back catching the ball, then they pulled Henry and McNichols came in.
Yeah.
Well, my goodness, they put Henry out wide this week and
I
threw
saw
it to him.
that.
I was
Split 4 out wide and
I was at the game.
Tannehill had an empty backfield.
I was at the game and I'm like, oh, empty backfield. Oh my God, that's Henry on the outside. And I'm like,
They
well,
ran a
they're
curl
not
route.
going to throw it to him, and they did.
Yeah, he ran a curl route. Yeah, we ran a curl route. Turns
I
around
missed
and
that.
catches it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, you know that
was
one,
like a 5-yard out or something.
Yeah, it was like
That's
a 5-yard curl.
crazy.
Yeah.
that one corner who was on him was like, oh dang it, oh Henry in the open field. Oh,
He's
no.
like, dadgummit. I'm like, first of all, if you get caught, if a running back catches a ball on you, like it's like, oh dang. But then you're in space against Derrick Henry. You have no help anywhere
I bet
near you.
I bet you honestly his mindset was like, they're not going to throw over here. Like, almost like, relax.
And Derrick Henry on pace right now for 2,595 yards from scrimmage, which would break Chris Johnson's NFL record for a single season. So Henry obviously balling out right now, and which is good to see because his first game, they got down so quick that he really wasn't utilized a whole lot.
Plus
and
the line was just pretty much letting anybody through.
Yeah, so now we can talk about the line. I thought the O-line looked so much better.
Yeah.
I think, like we said last week, Hayden, that, Taylor Lewan did not have a great game week 1, but we were attributing that more because of he was his first game back from ACL injury.
10 months off. I mean, that's I mentioned
well, just
something.
10 months off period would be hard to come back from, but 10 months off plus rehabbing.
I mentioned something to Hayden earlier. I don't know if you guys listened to Bussin'. So apparently they did a podcast on Monday after the Colts game, and he was just kind of like, they got to talking about everything that's like gone on so far in the year. They weren't shy at all about it.
Yeah,
talking about it was pretty cool to hear like his insight, just kind of how like that his mind works, especially hearing it from like the player's mouth, and the fact he was just kind of like 10 months off of an ACL injury. He's like it was hard enough,
sure.
And then like we get this, we get this horrible performance on Monday or on the first game of the year, and even in the Colts game, he said he didn't notice it, but Will was like, man, like when you came out of the tunnel and like when you came on the field, like people were booing you, and he was kind of just like, man, that sucks. After like 7-8 years of giving like myself to this team and to the city and just embracing this place and like giving everything I got, like I have a bad game after an ACL and like people are ready to like crucify me.
Yeah. I hear what he's saying, but also if you're Taylor Lewan, you've got to have a little bit thicker skin.
Well, it's not that he wasn't.
Opinion.
It wasn't that he wasn't. He didn't. If you listen to it, like he didn't care. Like
I don't believe that, because he did that whole thing with the Titans media about, it stinks, and I get that it stinks.
Not that he like didn't care at all. Just saying like he was like I'm past it. Like it's nothing. It's not a big deal anymore. Like it was.
Yeah.
He in his words, he said it was 40 shits ago.
Yeah.
He's like 40 shits ago and it's flushed.
Yeah, and I think the person that Taylor Lewan is, not like I don't know him personally, but the person that I see him as, if you have a podcast and you are very big he works for Barstool, he's a big personality, he's always talking trash, all that kind of stuff, like telling fans, hey, you show up for the games and stuff. But if you show up and you play like that, and I don't think it was like people just booing him. Like I was at the first game, I think we all were, and I was booing, but I was booing the whole team. I wasn't booing.
But
I can
the
confidently
issue
say
is people were booing Taylor directly.
Correct.
For sure, because he was like, guy's an idiot. Who I think the new PA guy, bless his heart. Why did he say that? Why did he
Taylor
say
Lewan
back on the field?
Like,
and
you
then,
knew that was going to go bad. You set
bad
that
move.
up poorly.
Bad move.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think if you're Taylor Lewan, like it's like that's gonna happen. Dude, like you played at Michigan in the big house, like you played in the Big Ten, and if fans were booing you in college, it was more than likely that you're like playing at Ohio State or Michigan State. But I'm just like, if y'all perform that badly, people are spending their hard-earned money to come and watch you play and to see this product, and it's an entertainment thing. And so if, I don't agree with fans like booing Lewan specifically because like dude had a rough day coming off an ACL injury, but the fact is that most fans don't have enough foresight to
rough day at the office, man.
Yeah, and fans don't have enough foresight to think, oh, you know what, this guy's coming off an ACL. What they see is, oh, the Titans are paying this guy X amount of dollars. And I was talking to people around me. I was like, y'all got to cut this dude a break. Like, he's coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah.
Like,
at that point, like he as his first time in game reps, besides like I saw him maybe a drive or two in the preseason. And like you got to think about, you're moving on something that just tore apart 10 months ago. And so you're obviously going to be a little lenient on like your movement and everything. It was kind of like when Alex Smith, when he got back in the first time, he was like freaked out until he got hit, and then he was like, okay, I'm good, I can make it.
I think too, I don't think the Titans helped him out a whole lot, Lewan.
It seemed like he was on an island.
Yeah, he was on an island, and like you want your left tackle to be your left tackle and be able to be on an island, but it was like, could you not give me a freaking chip on Chandler Jones at all?
It was a perfect storm, I think, for that to go horrible, because you had a Cardinals team that's not a bad football team at all, and you have Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt on the same defensive line, pretty much lining opposite of each other. And so it's kind of like do you buy out on Chandler Jones and let J.J. Watt go through, or do you try to even out the line and just hope they one-on-one can handle their blocks? And so it was just a horrible storm, I think, altogether.
So, obviously, the Titans' first-round pick from 2020, Isaiah Wilson, just signed a practice squad deal with the Giants. He obviously, abysmal story. We all know it. But bright spot in that draft is Christian Fulton, who was the second-round pick for the Titans that year. He has been
locked down.
Everything we could ask.
Elite.
Yeah.
I'll say it. He's been elite.
Through 3 games, yeah.
Christian Fulton, through 3 games, 5 catches allowed on 18 targets for 88 yards. That includes the busted coverage play in the second half of the Seahawks game where Freddie Swain got behind him. So, without that play, 4 catches on 17 attempts for 20 yards. I mean, I'm no defensive expert, but that seems good.
As a defensive expert, yes, that is good. Yeah.
Cool. Pretty big notes as the Titans travel to New Jersey to play the Jets.
Jettegg. You remember the draft a few years ago when
STSP.
they had some ex-Jet up there, and then he went to go do the JETS, but he said JETE, Jets.
Hey, spelling is hard. Spelling is hard. So it looks like AJ and Julio are both not going to play against the Jets. And
for sure, AJ. Yeah.
AJ was week to week with a hamstring. Julio, we can talk about this in a little.
He's tight.
Yeah,
he's tight like a tiger.
I'm guessing his hamstring was tight, and so
his body was tight.
They didn't play him in the second half, but he didn't go to the tent.
Yeah.
He didn't go to the locker room, but he was just on the sideline, and then after a while, grabbed his helmet. But then I kind of think that they're load managing Julio.
Seems, yeah. He probably was like, hey, I don't know. The game was well enough in hand for me to not be pissed about it.
Yeah, but some people are like, you can't do that in the NFL. I'm like, well, they did it with him and Bud Dupree because Bud Dupree was active there in case of emergency, dressed out, and didn't play one snap.
I think we're gonna see a whole lot of that this Sunday, honestly.
Yeah. I don't even think Bud will be active.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so...
which is weird because our pass rush situation with a lot of depth is gone. So
yeah.
Maybe he'll play.
Roberson and Rashad Weaver both went to the IR, which stinks because Weaver seemed like he was he was really the only contributing rookie thus far. I'd played pretty good. Molden's played, but Weaver looked like he was getting some solid pressure. But yeah, AJ's week to week per Schefter. And Julio, it was kind of weird. At first it was he might have been a little bit tight, and now he pops up on the injury report and doesn't sound like he's going to play on Sunday.
What about as far as defensive line, Adaney or
Ola Adaney?
Ola Adaney came over from Pittsburgh, and he didn't have any sacks with Pittsburgh
he's mainly a special teams guy.
Yeah, and he has 2.5 sacks so far this year, and not just cleanup duty either. He's looked like. It looks like a pretty good signing.
And he's playing the heck out of special teams too.
Yeah. Harold Landry's looked pretty good.
He's second in QB pressures. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which is hot.
Yeah.
Honor. Speaking of drafts,
Darrington Evans eligible to come off the IR. He hasn't yet this week, which makes me think he obviously won't. Marcus Johnson, wide receiver, comes off the IR. And so I think they have 21 days to activate him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play Sunday, I think they have to disclose what he actually hurt because the reason was never given. Something I have thought about. Do you think that David Long should take over for Rashaan Evans?
Probably for a couple situations. One, he's just been better. And I would put Rashaan in mostly in short yardage situations.
Yeah.
And then also, he's probably going to take over as a starter once Rashaan and potentially...
probably not going to re-sign Rashaan.
We
declined his 5th year.
Almost definitely not signing Rashaan, and then Jayon will also be a free agent. So,
sure.
So just to give him the reps and, make him better.
Yeah, and I think people were pretty confused about them not picking up Evans' fifth-year option, and now it's like, oh, hey, maybe J-Rob knows a little bit more than you because he's looked. I mean, I saw some cut-ups of him, and he has looked like a
Did you see that Twitter thread?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
So Evans didn't look great. Last thing to talk about before the Jets, and then we can kind of say what y'all expect for the game. Corey Davis kind of throwing shade today when they asked him about, did it upset you that the Titans didn't, or did the Titans offer you? And he basically said no, which we kind of knew. But they were like, the New York media was like, did that upset you? And he was like, well, yeah. I mean, it did. And, I get where he's coming from. Titans could have made it work, but in my opinion, I'd rather have 32-year-old Julio Jones than fifth year in the league. So I guess he's 27. 27-year-old Corey Davis. But, Corey Davis got $27 million guaranteed, 3 years, over $10 million a year.
Yep, I get why we didn't sign him, and I get why he's upset, and that's just football, and that's how it works.
Yeah, it's just
no hard
fun
feelings.
opposites. So I'm nervous about the game on Sunday.
It's got, if you were to ask me, it's got last year's Bengals game kind of written all over it.
Yeah,
rookie,
it's like a trap game.
Trap game, rookie coming in who hasn't won.
It hasn't looked very good.
Yeah, and then us just pooping the bed a little bit.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that your starting receivers are going to be probably Nick Westbrook-Akina, Josh Reynolds, and Chester Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, obviously you've got Derrick Henry, but it's a little bit different game planning against A.J. Brown and Julio Jones and worrying about Derrick Henry than, no offense to Chester Rogers, but, it is what it is.
Also, to counterpoint all that, the Jets look abysmal, way worse than the Bengals did last year.
I think they haven't scored on 22 straight drives. They haven't scored a touchdown on 22.
Zach Wilson doesn't have a touchdown yet.
Yeah.
And 7 picks.
22 straight drives without a touchdown.
So I was listening to 104.5 today. Dave McGinnis was basically saying that the New York media is talking about this game like it's gonna be a successful game.
Their breakout game.
Not meaning necessarily a win, but Zach Wilson getting his first touchdown.
Sure.
And it was funny because Ron Slay, gotta love the guy. He was like,
Ron is
dude,
so
I
funny.
freaking love him. He goes, he's like, yeah, boy, get your chip in, get your 7 points, and maybe you'll get your field goal, but that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get.
Is that coming back?
It
was
looks
pretty
like
funny.
it.
There was a flag.
It was right at the line of scrimmage.
We're watching the Bengals and Jags, and Uzomah just scored a touchdown, but we don't know if it'll stand.
Yeah, so
you're also wearing Jets colors, so
Oh, well, that's blue.
On the screen, it looks more Jets right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
looks like that's gonna be a touchdown.
Wow, you're fake.
So
Nice.
Other NFL notes. Y'all good with going to other NFL notes?
Yeah.
Justin Tucker is the GOAT.
Yeah.
66
Yeah.
yards in whatever,
Yeah.
delay game probably before.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He can't control that. He just kicks. And
Yes.
and he kicks well.
He still had his 66-yarder.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have counted.
Well,
He still gets his 66-yarder.
I know.
What is Justin Tucker supposed to do? You know what? Hey, that was a delayed game.
Hey, let me back
Look,
up 5 yards.
Hey, I want to kick a 71-yarder. You know what?
I still have to bring it up because every single team in the NFL ever is always like, man, refs hate the enter team here. Refs hate the Titans. Refs hate the Bengals. Refs hate the Patriots.
Jerome Boger hates the
refs
Titans.
Legitimately hate the Detroit Lions.
Which
legitimately.
is so weird because I feel like
Why?
Dan Campbell as an ex-player and having conversations with him, I feel like he would be so enjoyable to be around on the sidelines.
If you maybe I should do this next week as a segment after today's segment. And just look back at all the times the Lions have
Do you remember on
screwed.
Thanksgiving Day?
Yes.
The Justin Forsett run? Oh, it was so
It's bad. It's
His
so bad.
elbow was completely down.
Yeah.
They reviewed it and still
And
didn't overturn it.
It's so bad. I should do that.
Hey, Hayden,
Just-
real fast though. Summer tree.
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 Summer
Summer
tree.
tree.
Summer tree. Summer tree. Summer tree. Summer tree.
I forgot we were doing that.
Yeah, you forgot.
bad.
I'm really
We were supposed to ambush you and do that, but we forgot.
I'm really disappointed.
Might be.
So
Okay, we'll wait to bring the energy 10 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah.
it's also almost
We're
10
25
o'clock,
minutes.
and I don't know about Hayden. Hayden, yeah, more so now.
I'm
but
tired.
I'm old. I'm so tired.
I was at 8:30. I was sitting on Hayden's couch watching this game, and I was like yawning. And because I'm horrible about checking you guys' text messages because
we know.
so no joke, because I'll be working or something, and then there'll be like 25 text messages in a row from you guys. I'll
you
literally
just ignore all
and
of
then
them.
I don't scroll through them. I just look at the last one that was sent. And so like when I was at work earlier, I checked, and then the last thing I saw from you was Hayden's what's the ETA, and I said I won't get off for another hour, and then you sent the eyes side to side thing, and I thought that you were taking it like ooh, that's gonna be really late that Braden's gonna be.
Hayden knew what I was
bro,
saying, yeah.
I got off of work and went home, and Sarah was like, hey, can you help me prepare for dinner? And I was like, I gotta go, and got over
My
here
second
like,
job needs me.
I gotta
Sorry,
go.
Third
Sarah.
job.
Brandon
And I-
totally could have helped you with dinner.
and I got over here at like 7:45, bro.
And I didn't roll in till what, like
9:15 or
Yeah.
something.
So let's keep it moving. Rams win big against the Bucks. I didn't. What was that? 17-point win, 34-17. Was that the final?
Something like
I
that.
don't know.
But
It's good.
that surprised me a lot because the Rams, the week before, they looked like in control against the Colts, but didn't look like world beaters. And then like they just absolutely smacked the Bucks.
They probably just matched up well, and I think that the Rams are really good. Obviously they are, but I think they're real good.
Yeah, I think they didn't have a great game, and that's how you know when a team is real good is when they have a special team. The special teams gives up a touchdown and they still cover.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't cover against.
I
the
didn't
Colts.
realize how elite Matt Stafford is, dude. Like,
Bro, literally
watching
everyone
him-
has been trying to tell
after-
you for like 10 years how good Matt
no,
Stafford is.
I
even though
know
he's on the
he's,
Lions
I
and
know
they
he's,
stink.
I know he's good, but holy crap! When he, like just another team, bro, he looks so much better in the uniform too. I'm like, that guy looks like an athlete.
Oh yeah, you see him in your line and you're like, "Meh," like maybe top 15. You see him in the Rams like top 5,
dude,
easy quarterback.
guy is a freaking beast.
Well, not to take anything away from Matt Stafford, he deserves all the credit, but Sean McVay is a great coach.
top 10 hottest quarterbacks right now.
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
We're not on quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, bro. Top 10 hottest quarterbacks right now. Tannehill, number
We'll
one.
have to do it later.
Tannehill, number one.
Tannehill number one.
Ooh, I'd probably take Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
You like
why
black
did
guys?
people think he was
I mean,
going to
he's
be a
just a-
viable
He's a great looking guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Jimmy G, man?
What do you think about
Hey,
Jalen Hurts?
so,
You think
hold on.
he's not it?
I-
Hold
I-
on. You think Jalen Hurts isn't it?
Well, my first baffling is why people thought he was going to be a good fantasy prospect. Like, you had him
Sure.
in our league and started him. I was like,
Well, he put up
Dumb.
a stinker last week. He still had over 20 points as a quarterback.
I guess. But to answer the question, is he it for the Eagles? No.
I don't think Sirianni's the
Yeah,
answer for the Eagles. I think Sirianni has been abysmal. I think Sirianni could get fired after 1 year.
Did you see? I had Miles Sanders in a league, but
He didn't have a touch didn't have a carry
He had
until
2
halfway
carries!
Halfway through the second quarter, he didn't get his first carry.
he was getting 13.5 yards per carry
Yeah.
on 2 carries. But, like, give him the ball!
You guys talking about fantasy stuff?
Yeah, sure.
I was zoned out for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Braden was in our fantasy league, and poor guy, it just stressed him out way too
Bro, I
much.
hated it.
And we kind of were like,
First 3 years, I liked fantasy. Last 2 years, I was like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to set this lineup anymore. I'm tired of it.
so
Hold
the
on,
Chiefs
real fast.
are.
This isn't a good one. But how much does Trevor Lawrence look like a girl in the Thursday night cartoon?
Well, have you seen the?
Look at this.
Oh,
Look
jeez.
at
Hold
this.
on. Here.
Look at that.
That's pretty good. Looks pretty girly.
Dude, that's
He
Have
looks
you
like
seen
a,
the girl on TikTok that
Hold
like
on.
does the poses of Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Look
but-
at that. That's a woman.
he looks like a
dude.
Disney. He looks like Hercules kind
God,
of.
if he couldn't spin
That's
it,
a freaking woman.
if he couldn't spin the football like he can, I mean, he would just get.
That's a woman.
He would just be a meme all the time. The Chiefs are 1-2.
That's awesome. I freaking love that.
I
Love it.
am nervous because their division has gotten a whole lot better, and I'm like, oh, I definitely don't want to play the Chiefs in like a freaking wild card.
What about Andy Reid going to the hospital like right after the game? And then Richard Sherman went to the hospital, and then he got signed by the.
He went to the
Bucks.
hospital forever ago.
He was just in the hospital, I think, for for like some type of lung issue again.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Unless I just got a really delayed update from
I think you read
ESPN.
it on Twitter like probably 4 or 5 months
No, like
ago.
it literally like popped up on like the notification part of my phone.
Oh, maybe. But Richard Sherman signed with the Bucks, and now he's practicing. I don't think he'll play.
I think he will play.
That's gonna bother
This
the
week,
mess.
you think
out
so?
of me
I
right
think
now.
so.
I
I think he'll play.
This is interesting. Since week 14 last year until this past Sunday, these are PFF grades, which I don't think are like gospel like a lot of people think. Tom Brady 1. Guess who's number 2?
Ready for this?
Wait, what did you say?
Tom Brady's number 1 PFF quarterback as of
Number
week 14.
2 is
Derek
definitely
Carr. Derek Carr.
100%. I don't know. I can't think of
Derek
a
Carr?
funny answer.
Come on, be a
I don't
homer.
know.
Be a homer.
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan
Yeah,
Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill.
I didn't want to be a
3,
homer, but I.
Justin Herbert.
Man, how good has Justin Herbert
Justin
looked?
Herbert, Watson, and Derek Carr are all tied.
I wasn't far off.
Derek
Matt
Carr's been really
Stafford
good, too.
6th. Lamar Jackson's out. I'm not going to go all the way. Number 21, Patrick Mahomes.
Dang.
Number
Hey,
21, rated quarterback.
so-
Rated, yeah.
So this, I
Since
know
week
this wasn't.
14.
Yeah, of last
okay.
year.
I know this might not be planned, but hold on real fast. So the other day, I don't want to throw names out. Maybe I don't. Maybe I will. I don't know. But somebody told
Maybe
me.
not.
Name him, bro.
Because we don't know what you're
Name
going
him.
to say.
It's not. It's not. It's not a bad thing. Like it's
I
not.
still
It's not a
wouldn't
trash.
name
I
names.
Okay,
I wish I could cut to Thursday Night Football and show that
Tom
they
Brady
gave
looks so
they gave
ripped.
Tom Brady a 6-pack through
He
his
looks like
shirt.
Superman. Anyways, I was at work the other day. Was talking about. We were talking about quarterbacks.
Is Vinny?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, we were talking about quarterbacks,
Love you,
and
Vinny.
I said Tannehill, top 10 quarterback.
Yep.
He said, nah.
Yeah,
I said,
nah.
what do you mean? He said, nah. He said Kirk Cousins is
No.
10 before Tannehill.
No.
If you're
is.
talking about fantasy, maybe, but
Well, his argument was like
Does Kirk Cousins
hold
have a
on.
playoff win?
his argument was like just straight up athleticism. Like if you looked at taking it from athleticism, and I'm like, yeah, but do you look at quarterbacks from like athleticism, or do you look at like how productive they are in
Who
their
would
scheme?
ever argue that Kirk Cousins is more athletic than Ryan Tannehill?
yeah, Ryan Daniels running
Dumb take, Vinny.
running
Dumb
all
take.
over the gridiron, you know.
Sorry, Vinny, I didn't want to say your name. Thanks,
Idiot!
Vinny. God dang it,
Say it
Vinny.
to him, you stupid Vinny!
Yeah, that was a bad. Well, okay, so someone that I was arguing with, that is just a common occurrence in my life. I
Was
argue
he
with
a
you argue
moving?
with people all
Was
the
he a
time.
moving guy?
No, he wasn't a moving guy. But someone said Tannehill's not a top 10 quarterback. I said, okay,
But
name
his
all the
stats are-
quarterbacks that are better than him. And he went through and couldn't name 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, shut your mouth.
Yeah, but his stats are literally top 10.
The Steelers
Yeah.
stink.
Steelers are bad.
Steelers are
which is
not
awesome.
good. It seems that Ben should have retired last year, which everyone knew, except Ben.
He looks like my dad.
And he's one of those guys that I think like so beloved by an organization and city, not by women at nightclubs. But
That's not like my dad. My dad's a saint.
I never. Okay, anyways,
I said it.
Yeah.
but
He's just making sure. He's
trying
just
to
making
look.
sure that
I'm trying to bring
people
some
know
inter-
that his
I'm just
dad's
trying to-
not a pedophile.
I'm just-
or a-
I'm just
a
trying to
rapist.
bring some. I'm just trying to bring some entertainment,
okay.
Elijah.
I don't think Ben's a pedophile.
I
Just
know.
like,
I just switched up my sexual predators for a second.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
Wait, who was the one you're talking about? Who's
No
the
one.
you-
I just meant like
switched up your sexual
I
predator.
just
So
meant the phrases for.
Hey, Big
sexual
Ben,
predators.
Italian or pervert?
That's too political. You can't say that. You can't say that on the podcast.
I'm gonna go with pervert. Anyways, the Steelers stink, which is a shame because
That's
they
good.
have
You can't say that, Elijah. Only. I'm surprised I didn't say that.
really good
that's a
defense.
new segment, Italian or pervert.
I can't take full credit for that. It's been on many shows.
You just can't believe you said it.
I don't know that we can get toxic and have that as a full segment and just name people that have had questionable past and say Italian or pervert.
Oh, I was going to say something. I stopped myself.
Anyways.
Mamma mia.
It stinks because the Steelers have a really good defense and they're gonna waste it because they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
But
At what point in the season, if it
Do they bring in
continues
Dwayne
along-
Dwayne Haskins?
Dwayne Haskins.
I mean, Big Ben just
Do you
has
mean
me-
Josh Dobbs?
No, I did not say Josh Dobbs, nor did anyone mean Josh
Josh
Dobbs.
Dobbs?
No.
Aerospace engineer?
No.
Works for NASA?
No.
Did you
Could
know?
he make more money as an aerospace engineer than as a
I
NFL
don't know, actually.
quarterback?
Yeah, but you don't have to do as much work when you're
Well,
actually a
yes.
quarterback.
Well, backup, yes.
quarterback, and he's a what?
He's like
fourth
third.
string?
Yeah, he's like fourth string.
Backup, he
Because
only
they've
probably
got-
makes like $500,000 though.
Oh yeah, golly, I don't know that I could live off $500,000.
Yeah, but do you think an aerospace engineer at NASA would make more than
No
that?
clue. No
Yeah, I
clue.
don't have
Never
any
looked
idea.
up that on Indeed.
It's probably a pretty
What
good
if that's on
amount, though.
Indeed?
It's not on Indeed.
The
Yeah, NASA's
umbrella
not
of
going
Indeed.
through Indeed.
Let me
to hire
let me go to
engineers.
Indeed to try to find a NASA job real fast.
I think he's the fourth string because I think it goes Ben, Dwayne, Rudolph.
I don't see how
Dobbs.
Mason Rudolph is even. I just don't get the appeal of him, dude.
I just feel like Mason Rudolph, like
I don't know
they
how
have
to.
played him enough that it's like, all right, he's obviously not cut out to be. I mean, I guess he's a serviceable backup.
That's like-
but
that's
I would
like-
rather have Josh Dobbs as backup than Mason Rudolph. Josh Dobbs at least gives you like that ingenuity factor where he can run and everything.
Ingenuity.
I see what you did there.
He really could engineer a good touchdown drive.
Yeah.
Honestly, we talked about it a minute ago, but I think Sirianni could get fired from the Eagles.
I haven't watched enough Eagles other than that last game, which is a
Well, he's
fireable
supposed to be an
offense.
offensive guru, and their offenses looked like trash.
Where did he come from? What was his? Why was he hired? What was his team that he was with?
Nick
boy.
Sirianni.
Yeah.
Italian or pervert.
Definitely Italian.
Italian.
So
Italian. Yeah.
So yeah, what he's not like a
Oh,
Rams
you know where he
or
was?
Chiefs.
That's why
The
Colt.
Backup.
Colts.
Oh, was he with the Colts?
Matt Nagy needs to be fired. He's
Yeah, he does.
horrible. How do you have Justin Fields for like half a year and you can't even scheme up a game plan
But
around
you
him?
can't. Yeah, you literally like. I just don't understand.
Maybe Justin
like-
Fields is bad.
Come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
I think Justin Fields is going to be very, very good, but Matt Nagy needs to be fired. He's horrendous.
He's incompetent.
I started hearing some Deshaun Watson rumors this week.
Italian pervert.
Going to definitely not Italian. I'll tell you that much.
Can I say both?
Deshaun
Allegedly.
Watson.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. 23 allegations.
I got me too.
Yeah, so Watson, I've heard Eagles and Dolphins.
Miami. You always hear that with them.
Which some Eagles fans I think are like, oh no, like Jalen Hurts is the guy, and I'm like, man, you don't actually believe that. My dad called me and he was like, hey, how's it
You
going?
don't
I was
think
like,
Jalen
good
Hurts
dad,
is the
how are
guy?
you? Me and my dad talk pretty often. He was like, how does anyone think that Jalen Hurts is going to be an NFL quarterback? He couldn't even play at Alabama. And I was like, well, okay, you're not wrong. I mean, he definitely had some throwing deficiencies at Alabama.
But he did
Yeah, but
play
what-
at Alabama. He just got injured, and then another guy swooped in and said, "I
Yeah,
got
but
this."
Jalen Hurts objectively was not a great passer at Alabama.
Well,
He also had like Jerry Jeudy,
if you look at the history of
Devontae Smith,
if you look at the history of Alabama quarterbacks, none of them have
Henry
been,
Ruggs,
have-
Jalen Waddle,
Yeah.
Najee Harris,
But if you look at
Damian Harris,
If you look at the
Josh
history
Jacobs,
of
Oh my God,
NFL
finish.
quarterbacks, none of them have been.
but
NFL
as of late
quarterbacks.
they've been good. Tua was really good in college.
But can you say
Mac
that they're
Jones
like?
really
Are you?
good.
Can you say that they're all successful right now in the NFL?
What point are
They're
you?
all starting
what,
quarterbacks.
What point are you
well,
trying
not
to make?
Tua because
What do you mean?
Yeah, what point are you trying to make?
That Alabama quarterbacks don't typically do
Yeah,
well.
typically do well.
But I think that has more to do with like the newer Alabama offense. And we can get into this talking about Lane Kiffin, but like he really did transform them to be a good offensive team because before it was like, okay, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And then I feel like Jalen Hurts kind of was like that transition. Like he was the transition quarterback.
yeah.
It was like,
Well,
Gosh,
because
he
I
was
think I
there
feel like Saban was
beforehand.
such like a pro, like he was like pro style, blah blah blah.
run the ball out of the I formation.
Yeah.
And now they spread it around.
It
and
was
run
kind of like when
RPOs.
like black people first entered the league or like college football, and like Nick Saban was just really far behind that, and then he was like, "Oh crap, I can run with a quarterback."
Yeah. All right. I don't know. See, I'm so bad with college football. I have no idea. I don't know the history of it all.
But
So-
I get what you're saying. I can't remember who was the quarterback before Alabama. Or before.
I'll tell you who it was,
Before
according to the
Jalen
guy
Hurts.
who moved my furniture. A.J. McCarron!
Was it AJ?
No, he's a couple before.
Are you sure?
Because Blake Sims was after
I
him.
genuinely don't remember before Jalen Hurts.
Let's move to some college football. Tennessee.
This is it. This is it. I'm so glad we're on college football. Okay. I'm all college football
Tennessee
today.
Hung tough against Florida. 3-point game at halftime. Florida kind of ran away with it in the second half. You know, it's all hindsight, obviously, but you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, what if Jimmy Callaway catches that 4th and 2? He might still be running.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 20 yards.
What's his name? Not Jimmy Callaway, but Bayless Jones Jr.
No. Callaway was the one that dropped it on that 4th and 2.
Was dropped the 4th and 2, but the Callaway had another drop, I think, also. That should have been a touchdown.
Tennessee fans, if you're watching this, Braden, we haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
You're a big Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
Tennessee fans, if you're watching this, give Josh Heupel some time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And so I think right now, like what we saw from the first half is like indicative of what they're going to be able to do, like big explosive plays. To me, the glaring thing was just a straight up depth. Like you get in the second half.
And then you think about depth, and then you see all the guys playing across college football that played at Tennessee last year. And you're like, oh, there's our depth.
I mean, they literally lost 40 some odd players.
Yeah.
30, I think like 38 to the transfer portal, and then a couple other to just like, well, I guess all of them to the transfer portal. 40 something to the transfer portal. At that point, you know, like I think he's doing an excellent job. He's got way less talent than Pruitt has, and he's already shown 100%. To me that he's going to be a way better execution.
His
way better.
Looks better than Pruitt's did.
Yeah, 100%. And
I think that's the big thing that is like that I was worried about. But like their defense looks competent.
No, their defense is pretty solid. I didn't personally really get to see the second half of the Florida game just because of work. But I was sitting there watching the first half and. There was so many people. One thing that really killed me, there was a lot of talk about it today on like just sports radio talk and everything, was the whole how Josh Heupel managed the end of the first half.
Yeah.
They had the ball, they drove down, didn't use a timeout really. They were just very fast-paced tempo trying to get to a scoring position. And they elected not to use a timeout. Had like a 47-yard field goal. Chase McGrath missed it. Which is a tough spot. You're in a hostile environment on the road, trying to kick a 47-yard field goal before half. It's just a tough spot. And there were so many people like criticizing, "Oh, that was horrible clock management. That they should have taken a timeout here. They should have done this." No, the whole thing that they're trying to establish there and get guys used to is running this fast pace. Keeping the defense on your heels. You take a timeout there and give Florida the ability to focus, get some fresh guys in there. Yeah. You might not even be in field goal range.
Part of the point of running that fast-paced offense is that the defense gets so tired because Tennessee has the personnel that they want. And they don't bring anybody off, so then Florida can't sub anybody in.
Anybody off either. And so the offense is used to it. They're conditioned to do it.
Yeah.
And so
do you think his offense goes too fast?
Sometimes I actually saw a stat. So Tennessee has the fastest offense in the nation. I think it was like, I can't remember the exact number, but they have statistically they run the most plays per minute.
Yep.
Of any offense. And right now. Sometimes I think just for the experience that's back there and at quarterback and just in general on the line out wide in the skill positions, I think they do run maybe too fast just because you're seeing a whole lot of mistakes. But I think that's kind of indicative of Heupel's play style or coaching style anyways. Yeah. Even at UCF, he was like one of the most penalized teams. And I think that just kind of comes with it.
It's just stuff like not getting set in the line.
Yeah, but I think,
jumping,
but what I want to keep saying, what I think is the logical thing to say is, listen, he has to stay consistent with what he's preaching and what he's trying to coach to this offense because he can't say like, oh, you guys are young right now. We'll slow it down. We'll like avoid some mistakes. So they're never going to get used to running as fast paced as he wants to. I think that's just such a huge advantage when a team is competent enough to run that fast. And yeah, I like just give it time, people. Like give it time. It's the most It's the most competent offense and defense as a whole has looked in a while. Should have won the Pitt game, in my opinion. There was just way too many things that we shot ourselves in the foot. Joe Milton, I don't think there should be a quarterback controversy. Let me put it that way.
Well, it doesn't look like Hooker is going to play on Saturday. It's looking like it's going to be Milton and maybe Harrison Bailey, but Harrison Bailey seems like if there's anybody else on the depth chart at quarterback, they would probably be ahead of Harrison Bailey just based off of.
Dude, the Bailey Bros are killing me right now, dude. The Bailey Bros are the most annoying thing that's going on with Tennessee sports right now.
Well, and obviously there's a reason that he's not playing, and so my thing is Harrison Bailey might be able to run this offense. Who knows? I don't know, but it's like, okay, golly, everybody's clamoring for Harrison Bailey last year, and now it's apparent that he doesn't fit.
Maybe he does. He's not that good. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not a Peyton Manning.
Maybe he just doesn't fit Heupel's offense very good. But somebody was like, it's because he can't run, and I'm like, here's the thing though, you don't even have to be a good runner to run in Heupel's offense, because when they've had huge lanes, it's because instead of Milton getting 40, Bailey would get 25.
But Heupel's offense, you don't have to be a runner to be in a fast-paced offense, but you have to be a runner to be in Heupel's offense. That's what he likes to do. There's so many times where he likes to run a quarterback draw on 1st and 10, and that's a pretty normal thing that I've kind of learned with him.
Yeah.
He likes to do that kind of snapping a shotgun, fake like you're going to draw, pop back, and throw a little pop pass.
Yeah.
And it's worked. It's got a couple touchdowns.
Quick update: the Bengals probably just won this game after converting a 3rd and 15, probably, unless they missed this kick.
So Tennessee plays Mizzou this week. Mizzou's favored by 2.5. I don't even know what to think about this game. I stayed away from.
It's hard. It's hard to It's hard. I mean, I want to say maybe just my fandom. Everything that I've heard and have kind of listened to media as much as I want to trust them. It seems like it's a good thing that the line started out at 5 and it's went all the way down to 2.5. I honestly think that Tennessee is gonna. I just think they're more talented. Honestly,
I would agree. I'm interested to see. Honestly, Drinkwitz at Mizzou has impressed me. Some other college football notes, and then we can get to our hottest coaches talk. Clemson, not very good. They stink. Dabo, I don't say that I love to see Dabo fail, but it is kind of funny.
He said if college players get compensated, I'm quitting.
If college players get paid,
I think he quit.
then I'm going to quit, and we're all still waiting, Dabo. Notre Dame, still overrated. I get that they beat Wisconsin by a lot, but that game was a lot closer. And Wisconsin stinks.
I don't see how people are Wisconsin fans. I would literally pull my hair out.
Oh yeah, we
hey, Connor's a Wisconsin fan.
I mean, see how.
He's from Wisconsin. I don't know.
They're literally running an offense from the 50s. They're still running an offense from the 1950s.
Paul Chris has got to figure that out. They stink. Arkansas and Ole Miss, I think, have a legit shot to beat Alabama. I'm not saying they will.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I think they are capable.
Do you know that Ole Miss?
Ole Miss.
Snap, set, kick, wait. Bengals win. Jaguars lose.
Bengals hits, baby.
Hey.
Ole Miss.
Do you know about Ole Miss? You know about Ole Miss?
I know a little bit about Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
And I know that last year they.
Hey, I'm gonna preview this. Give me a second.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Hey, we don't do that.
Hey, so Ole Miss and Alabama play this week. It is on SEC on CBS 2:30 game, 2:30 Central. We're Central, so that's why I said 2:30. But
do you think
the over under is 80 points, and I'm like, golly, that's so many.
That's a lot of points.
I think last year it was 100, wasn't it? They combined for almost. I want to say it was 63 to
They
47 last year.
scored a lot of points.
the final
Yeah.
score? Yeah. I think it was over 100.
I think Ole Miss can beat Alabama. I'm not going to say that they will, obviously, that. Cause
I don't believe in Ole Miss's defense.
I don't think Ole Miss believes in Ole Miss.
Believe in the offense, baby.
Well, yeah, their philosophy is hey, if we
we
score 60 points a game, we can win.
Well,
we can win this thing.
If you think about it, it really takes it doesn't take a ton to get Matt Corral a sizable lead, because if you think about if
I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't really seen Ole Miss play at all.
I mean, I just
know their final scores are out.
Lane Kiffin has to be probably one of the best play designers in football, period, not just college football. So Arkansas just donkey stomped A&M last weekend.
Arkansas is legit.
A&M doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, that screwed you guys over
a
lot.
Jimbo, I mean, yeah, what are you gonna say? Like he does stuff like that all the time. Loses a game that he really
What do you mean
shouldn't,
though?
But
It was like you said they don't have a quarterback.
yeah, but like that's on Jimbo. Like that's Jimbo's thing is like being a good quarterback coach.
But I mean, I feel
And
like that falls.
I don't think Calzada's like a world beater or anything, but like he looked horrible.
I feel like that would happen to a lot of teams.
Isaiah Spiller, who's like probably one of the best running backs in the country, like didn't get a carry in the second half. So, like,
I know it's not on.
He got that long, or no, he got that long touchdown, and then he didn't get a carry.
I know it's not
that.
on as big of a scale, but I think, like I look back at the Tennessee Pitt game. I'm like, man, if Hooker's in that whole time, we're blowing Pitt out.
Yeah,
like I mean, if Hooker's in that whole time, we're 21-0 in like the second quarter.
Honestly, college football has to do something to keep fans engaged, because like I'm like okay, because.
Like with Alabama, like with the top heaviness?
Well, you lose one game and, like, you're out of it. Like, A&M loses a game.
Expand it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to do something and expand it because A&M lost against Arkansas, and I'm like, okay, like, season's over kind of a deal.
You still don't, like, enjoy just, like, being good?
No, I mean, I do, but if you don't win the last...
If I didn't have a chance, I would be...
If you don't win the last game of the season, nobody cares.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like college specific. No, there's a lot of reasons I like college, but I don't like college because if you lose a game, you're done.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have a different outlook about it, though. I guess, like I feel like I can still put a pretty big stock, which I don't know. The players sometimes don't now, but like I'm like, which this might be just because I'm a Tennessee fan and we've been shit for the past 10, 12, 15 years, whatever it's been. Like, if I'm having a 10-11 game win season, whatever. And I make it to my conference championship and win that conference championship, I'm pretty stoked.
Well, if Tennessee if A&M wins out, they have a chance to get into the college football playoff. That means they've got to beat Ole Miss, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, all these teams. And
Auburn almost lost to Georgia State.
The likelihood of but it's still a SEC team, and you're still like you still have to get up for the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I kind of felt like almost numb after A&M lost because I was like, all right, like. A&M lost. They were going to.
You guys had such big hopes too. That would gut.
I didn't. I knew it. I bet on Arkansas. I did not.
Well, like with okay, but do you think with your quarterback you would have been all about it? Like you would have been like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. It's hard to tell because like they were playing a freshman quarterback and everybody's like, oh, he's going to be awesome, and then this next guy comes in, they're one injury away from like pretty much the season being over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that is kind of sucky.
If Tannehill goes down this week, God forbid, obviously, and Logan Woodside has to play, then like okay, Titans can come back next week and right that wrong. But if you lose one or two games, like Clemson, out of the college football playoff conversation, effectively they have 2 losses, like they're out.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean I agree with you. I think college football has to do something to expand like what their criteria is going to be for picking somebody.
They got to go to 12 or 16 in my opinion. FCS does.
Which I think they're moving that way. I don't think they're ignoring the fact.
Wait, what's that noise? I think you guys know what it is. You know what it is? Let's find out what it is. It's the Hayden's Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week. That's me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hayden's Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week.
What was that?
Play it again.
No, don't worry. We're gonna end it with the same stinger. All right, so
that's the first time. Did you see it? I'm worried. Me either.
So, I spent more time on that than actually figuring out what I'm gonna say.
Iowa
24-14 win.
They almost got
over.
They were losing for the majority.
Is CO Colorado?
No.
Connecticut? What is it? What's CO? CO State.
Colorado State.
Yeah, Colorado State.
Yeah, but Colorado and Colorado State are not
that's
the same.
I meant like the acronyms.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so they beat them 24-14.
Yeah, it was not looking good for a while.
Doesn't matter. They're 4-0, baby, and they're the only team that can take Bama. I'm saying it right now.
Who do they play this week?
And they're playing another 4-0 team. Maryland.
They might get beat by Maryland.
But they won't because right now Iowa...
The Big Ten is so weird,
ranked number 5.
You got like 2 teams
Iowa's
at the
quarterback
top.
might be the worst Power 5 quarterback there is.
Doesn't matter because they have tight ends.
Do they?
Okay.
Thanks for coming to...
It's
It's the
Hayden's Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week.
That's me.
Hayden, I actually wanted to talk about Iowa, and you rushed me through the segment.
You can talk about
Wait,
it.
who helped you voice that? Was that
That was
Tyler?
all me.
That's you?
That's for all my voices.
No way.
I did
Play it
it.
again. Just play it one more time.
All right,
One more time.
all
One more
right,
time.
all right.
Do it.
All right, it's also me on guitar.
It's the Hayden's Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week.
That's me.
Honestly, can I be honest with you? I didn't even hear the guitar the first 2 times.
Oh no, it
you
sounds
played
awful. It's terrible. It's like me like doing 4 chords. I'm like, that kind of works. And
I loved it. Thank you. In the contrary to Iowa State, they would be antonyms, right?
antonyms.
Yeah,
Antonyms?
opposite.
Like
Iowa and Iowa State, they would be antonyms.
No,
right?
because antonym. Well, I don't
They're
think.
opposites.
Yeah,
they hate each
but
other.
antonyms
They're
is
huge
like
rivals.
it's like a word, like words. Or
No.
like
antonym means opposite.
antonym means but it's in the context of words, like synonyms.
Iowa and Iowa State are both words.
No, but you're talking about you're. I
Debate,
can't switch.
debate.
Because you're talking about the teams, not the words.
Yeah.
Dude,
So you would just say something like, I don't know,
debate.
opposites.
Debate.
And, okay, anyway.
No,
Debate.
Iowa State
Debate.
got beat.
Debate. Let me hear it.
Iowa State got beat.
we got debates.
What
coming
about
up,
those?
trust
What
me.
about those antonyms though?
Oklahoma escapes against West Virginia. They stink. They're not that good. Overrated. And my last note.
You mean future SEC?
Yes.
Whatever pod they're gonna be
Future
in.
sec?
Big games this
Sec.
week include Arkansas versus Georgia. I think that's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Oh, Georgia might literally be better than Alabama.
Their offense stinks.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge
JT
against.
Daniels
It's hard to
overrated.
gauge against the middle school team of Vanderbilt. So I don't really.
Jeez. That was something. Notre Dame in Cincinnati at Notre Dame. That's a big one. Cincinnati's favored by like 1.5, so that should be super close game. I hope Cincinnati wins because Notre Dame's overrated. And Ole Miss and Alabama. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think if anybody can stick it to Nick Saban, it's Lane Kiffin. Did you see what Mike Wilbon said about Lane Kiffin?
No.
He was like, Alabama's going to beat Ole Miss because Lane Kiffin's a joke, and you wouldn't ever want Lane Kiffin to represent your school. And I'm like, has
would.
Mike Wilbon been like doing what you did and like read the headlines from like 3 years ago?
I would.
Oh yeah, you would take Lane Kiffin in a heartbeat.
And he's already been there
I would
once.
I would take Lane Kiffin at A&M over Jimbo right now.
I would.
Are we talking about college head coaches right now?
We are talking about college head coaches.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Dude, Lane Kiffin, freak.
wait, hold on. Wait.
I think.
Just wait.
I think you said
Just wait. So, I'm going to preface this, okay? Last week, I said that I get a lot of my college information from the radio. So, I have a mind's
And us.
eye of certain people. So, when people were talking up Josh Heupel, and I'm hearing him on the radio and all these other things, I'm thinking of, he's this offensive guru, speed, fast. And I'm like, this guy, and all I can think of is how hot he is. Like, I'm like he must be hot.
Physically attractive.
Physically attractive, hot. And then I tune into the first
Got a
game,
real weird neck.
and the dude is just,
Bro.
he's pudgy.
He's my team, dude.
Yeah.
It's my team, and
I get it.
he looks like a turkey.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. He looks like a turkey. And then I said, dang, dude, I don't think Tennessee's ever going to be good because they don't hire hot head coaches. And I think that head coaches in college means that you're good. And so now we're going to finally see if
you
that
gonna put
is
him up there?
true. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
good.
you got Josh Heupel?
So-
Wait, hold on.
so-
Because
No,
Jeremy Pruitt, when he put the hood on it, when that one time he put that neck gaiter over his head, he looked like a German grandma.
Oh, there it goes. All right. So I present to you, hot or not.
Hold on. Let me preface this by did you make this between the time that I texted you and got over here?
I was
Because
making it wild. Yeah.
That was literally at 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Can we rate them from 1 to 10? Because it's just
No.
hot or not. It
No.
just, it just doesn't do
So
it for me.
here's the criteria. So first of all, you should know that they can't see your face right now, so it's all audio. Hot or not is I'm going to put up a coach, and then you're going to tell me whether or not you think he's hot. And it's your definition of hot. But it has to be based on
Do I have
physical
to? Do I have
appearance.
to explain my
That's it.
definition? Do I have to have an explanation?
No, you just tell me hot or not.
Okay.
And it has to
So
be.
we can't rate them.
It has to
Can
be
I-
on
1
the
to 10.
physical appearance.
Can I be biased?
1 to 10? No, you cannot be biased.
Damn it.
We can't do 1 to 10.
No.
No.
Hot or not.
Hot or
dude.
not.
That's the rules.
That's
That's the rules.
That's
Everybody,
the day.
everybody knows
This
the rules.
is not nuanced, Elijah.
Everybody knows the rules.
So,
Hot or
so
not.
obviously, because he's kind of our base, right? Of not hot. Everyone can agree here. Not hot. Josh Heupel.
No, you can't just
Right.
assume that, Hayden.
Well,
ask us.
that's why I'm asking. Hot or not?
Not.
Not.
Don't do it. You
Hayden.
just say it looks like a
Hayden.
turkey. Have you ever looked at a turkey and been like,
You say it
I
looks
want to
like
get
a-
with that thing?
Kinda.
I want to eat that
Kinda.
turkey. Okay, he's not. Okay,
He's not.
I
All right, so we're gonna go through some head coach. Okay. Oh, and the second criteria is you have to ask me.
he's
whether or
not, but he's gonna be.
Are
He's gonna
they
be
a good
he's,
head coach?
He's gonna be the
Okay.
great. He's
And-
gonna be the greatest coach of all
All
time.
right.
I will say yes, he is a good head coach.
So the question is, he's kind of up in the air because he's new.
But
to
everywhere he's
Tennessee.
been, he's been
right. So that's kind of like this base. So
I mean, he's just been at UC.
So
but he
then
did
we'll
a
come
good
to a
job.
conclusion later on of what we think that being hot makes you more likely
Are
to be
you
a good
jotting
head
this
coach.
down?
He was a
so we
quarter,
can
he was a
tell
he was a
there's
quarterbacks
correlation?
he was a quarterbacks coach at OU though.
I don't know.
And pretty
Right
much
now.
every
I made the
quarterback that he's
PowerPoint.
coached so far has won
Okay,
some
all
major.
right, moving on.
Yep.
Obvious, here's an easy one. Nick Saban, hot or not?
Hot.
Hot.
Hot dude, freaking steaming.
You said hot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
yeah.
we close our eyes and vote
He's-
so we're not influenced by
he's-
one
No,
another?
I want
already
to.
have
I want
all
to see
of
the
them.
picture. I want to see the picture.
Yeah, you got.
I want to see the pictures.
Yeah.
You put the pictures on here. I want to
These
see.
are pretty
it.
good pictures.
Yeah, he shouldn't dye his hair though.
Dude, you did this in 20 minutes.
It's a PowerPoint. You just put
That's
put
amazing.
a picture up
Dude,
and then
okay, listen, hold on, dude. You texted me.
You never made a PowerPoint.
PowerPoints are not hard to make.
Listen though. Listen. Stop
this in like
listen.
iMovie, bro. It's
Stop
a
making
PowerPoint.
Stop, dude. Stop. Hold on.
We learned how to do this in grade school.
Stop. Hold on. Stop. I'm getting my master's.
Judah can figure out how to do.
I'm getting my master's degree.
Click and drag and typing.
Hold
it's not
on.
hard.
Listen though. I sent you that list when I was getting in the car,
Yeah.
and I got over here in 20 minutes, and you were sitting on your couch.
Yeah. I did have a lot of these coaches. I was just making sure that I put down. I
I'm
already
just
had.
saying that's good.
All right. It took me 30 minutes. It's not
Reid is
long.
not under the influence, by the way. That is.
All right. Moving on. Urban Meyer. I put him on. I know he's not a college head coach, but
Not-
he goes down,
not-
as a guy,
not-
and he's successful.
Not
Hot or not?
Not.
No. There's just something about his face. I can't ever. I
So
can't.
punchable.
Yes, I hate it.
He kind of looks like a turtle.
See, this is
He
interesting.
looks like Franklin.
This
the
is
Turtle.
interesting because I'm not a college guy, so I don't have whatever.
Yeah, so you have.
I
not-
think that he.
I also know his personality, so that makes me
Right.
Yeah.
hate him.
I
don't know
freaking
his
hate
person-
that
I think
dude.
he's hot.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Ryan Day.
No. Not.
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 Hold on, let me look at him.
I was actually really like.
very
I was
red.
No, I say hot.
really, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I think he's hot.
You
I
hope
think he's got good eyes.
you hope you look like
He's
that when
got
you're
a great
40.
smile. This doesn't show it, but he's got a good smile.
All right.
Nah,
All right. Moving on. Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, hot, bro.
He's hot. He's also kind of boyish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
What do you say, Elijah?
God, this is where we're at right now. We're hot. Dude. What the heck are we doing?
Hot
Bro,
or
I'm
not?
gonna say. Oof. He would be a solid 5 out of 10 if I had to rate him. So I'm like so
Okay.
lukewarm
Really?
on Lincoln Riley.
Take your
Why?
pick. Take your pick.
Dude, he kind of looks
I'm
like
gonna say not.
Okay, that's fair.
he looks like dude on Mad TV. The guy that look what I could do. That guy.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Also, I forgot to ask. So we can agree those last few were good head coaches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
All
go.
right.
We'll go after that. We'll go over that after, right?
Ed Orgeron, not.
Nah, dude.
Not.
Nah, bro.
And also not a good head coach right now.
Not. I don't think. I think he.
Was it Joe Brady?
Bro.
Maybe
And Joe
his-
Burrow and Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
And Justin Jefferson?
Joe
and
Brady.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
Yeah.
and Thaddeus Moss
Yeah.
and Grant
Hold on.
Delpit
Who's
and
Joe Brady?
Derek Stingley and Christian Fulton and Devin White. Golly, that was a lot of good players on that LSU team. Joe Brady was the passing game coordinator. He's the OC for the Panthers.
Oh,
right
okay. I
now.
don't know.
Oh,
who
yeah.
that is.
I
Is
think
Joe-
that LSU
is Joe Brady.
might.
Wait, is Joe Brady hot?
Yeah.
Oh man. I wish I put Joe Brady up here. All right.
You can look for it in a minute. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
in you.
Moving on. Sam Pittman. Put him up here because
No.
he's been coming up really good
Bro,
for the Razorbacks.
Listen.
I say not.
No, he's not.
He's a
Are
good
y'all
coach.
sizes?
But Arkansas,
Yeah, I
Arkansas won 2 games last year, and look what he's done.
I'm gonna say not.
He's not hot, but he's a good coach. Would you say
Yeah.
that?
I believe so at this
Yeah.
current moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this goes against my theory.
At this point in time.
This goes against my theory.
Okay.
At this point in time.
Yeah. Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of on the
I don't know.
edge. Like, if he lost some weight, he'd be hot.
Yeah.
So I am sizes.
He has the most punchable face in college football.
Really?
And I just think he
I-
looks like
I
he goes to
genuinely don't
every
hate him.
frat party at Georgia.
I genuinely don't hate him like I do like Urban Meyer or Nick. Or
Have
like,
you ever seen the video of Joey Kent cooking him
But
when he was a corner at Georgia?
Uh-uh.
Evidently, Joey Kent, he told the story that he told Kirby what route he's going to run, and he ran the exact route and absolutely cooked him. It should have been a touchdown, but it got called back. But he torched Kirby. It was awesome.
That's why he is a coach, baby.
okay, but we can agree.
Yeah, that's
why-
true.
Kirby Smart, good head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Absolutely.
say he's not hot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Goes against the theory. That's two against the theory.
Weirdo.
Jimbo Fisher.
Can I recluse myself?
Yeah, you
I
can.
answered Heifel.
can.
You answered.
Okay, you're right.
Anyway.
You're right.
I
say
Not, dude.
See, I don't see him much, and I only looked at a few pictures, and he's
His
all
eyes are-
right. I
Okay,
call
but this
his
picture,
eyes-
he looks fine.
his
but
eyes
if
are
you
real
see him
far
on the
apart.
sideline, he always has his glasses down into his nose like your grandma did, and he looks
Bro,
like hell
His
on
eyes
the
are
sidelines.
his eyes are really far apart.
my official answer for Jimbo is hot. So, wow. Yeah, I know. I mean, I only got what I can only do what I got. So,
You what?
Jim Harbaugh,
Yeah, bro.
Hot.
He's hot.
hot, and he's a good head coach. Yeah, I would say yes. He's just not as successful as people want him to be.
I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I think he's like
He has
totally
his moments.
average.
He has his moments. Yeah.
Yeah, hot. I'll
Sure,
agree.
why not?
Pretty good.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Dan Mullen.
No.
Not.
Hate him. Hate everything about him.
Okay, bias.
I'm not, dude. I literally don't like.
Yeah,
Ben Miller,
I don't
bro.
think he's hot.
No, I don't. You said Jimbo has far apart eyes. Dan Mullen looks like they're in different zip codes. Like,
I don't know. It's hard to say.
and his wife kisses the players on the mouth.
Is he a good head coach?
Not really
Wait,
on the mouth.
what?
Have you ever seen? There's a video of his wife kissing every player,
What?
like when they get off the bus.
Is
his
she
wife
hot?
I honestly could not tell you.
Okay,
Hold on,
we'll have to
Google.
we'll look this up later. All right,
I'm looking
but
it
good
up
head
now.
coach.
Yes.
Okay,
F
all
that
right.
guy. No.
I picked this
Spelled his
picture.
name wrong.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What did I spell it?
Sweeney.
Well, no, I googled it and it said.
Sweeney.
Sweeney.
No, I
That was
promise.
Sweeney.
Google it real quick. Maybe am I crazy?
Yeah.
Because I originally put
Wow.
Sweeney.
Deshaun Watson is
I know.
Tyler Pervert.
I specifically put Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, bro. You missed the E after the
Yeah,
N.
there's an E after the N.
But that's an I, right?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what I got confused about.
Yeah, you're like, okay, well, I,
thought
got
you
that
were
one right.
yeah,
so,
I got that right. That was a good part.
Dabo, cute,
Yeah.
but bad personality.
Yeah, but we're going with hot.
Yeah,
based off
hot, bro.
appearance. I'd say hot.
Yeah, but like, you remember that girl in high school that was so hot, but she was just an
Doesn't
absolute terror
matter.
to be around. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say hot. And have you seen him run lately? He's got wheels.
Oh, wow. All right.
He did come down the hill. You know, have you seen their entrance, Hayden? How they come into the
No.
stadium? It actually kind of seems dangerous. They have this really steep
Bro,
hill.
I saw that the other day. Well, I mean, I've
And
seen
Dabo
it. I've
comes
seen it my
running
entire
down
life.
And like sprints down the field. So like he had some help from the hill, but I'm like, bro, like
I've seen
players
it.
gonna slip.
I've
down
seen
that
it my
hill.
entire life, but yeah, it looks so dangerous. I'm like, somebody's gonna tear ACL, bro.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few. We got a few, so we can keep going. So good head coach, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not this year.
Nah, I
It's
don't
so
know.
great. But
Yeah,
good
maybe.
Head coach.
I don't know.
Ryan Kelly,
No.
not hot. Is he a good head coach?
No. Yeah, sure. I don't
yeah,
know.
he's
I really don't know.
I
yeah.
think he's hot.
Yeah.
I don't think he's hot.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's got like that like silver fox look to him.
Yeah, I could.
Chip,
I could
not
see
hot.
it.
Brian, hot.
Are they related?
They're brothers.
That's cool. I kind of
Did you
figured.
not know that?
Dog, what do I know about college? Nothing.
were roommates.
All right. Good head coach. 2 out of 3 say not hot. Matt Campbell.
Yeah, bro.
I'd say I call him hot.
So hot.
Weird teeth, but hot.
Campbell.
Freaking Elijah,
So
what in the
hot,
world,
bro.
dog? Back away for a second. You weirdo.
He's hot. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's also 2.5 hours past my bedtime.
Yeah,
Matt Campbell is hot.
All right. Yeah, good head coach.
God, I hope no one sees this at work.
Yeah, he's good. He'll probably get the Bears job.
Okay. Luke Fickle. I don't know anything about this guy.
Okay, he looks like what's the guy's name on what's the actor's name?
Yeah, bro, that one.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's
the one
in,
the one in Step Brothers is like pow all the time.
Oh, Rob Riggle.
Yeah, he
Oh.
looks exactly
I
like
was
Rob
thinking-
Riggle.
He looks like the dude from Tropic Thunder, the director.
Look up
who
another
gets his
picture of
head
Luke
blown
Fickle.
off.
and he looks like Rob Riggle.
I'm gonna say not for Luke Fickell.
Man, he's like close. I'm gonna say not.
You know what really irks me about him? Yes, but you know what really irks me about him? When I first saw him the first time, he's a good coach now. But when I first saw him, I thought he was a lot like Butch Jones isms because he has the thing team on all the back of his little vest and stuff. It's like T.E.
Like
in the acronym. I'm like, bro, that's a Butch Jones ism if I've ever seen one.
All right, a few more. Oh, I think this is the last one.
Okay, that's not a good picture of Lane.
But it's him now.
Listen.
No. That was from last year.
I mean, yeah, but did he lose weight in the past?
Yeah, he's lost a considerable amount of money. Amount of money. Probably that too. I mean, he probably hits up the casinos. Let's be honest.
Oh.
What's on the screen right now for the pod?
It's hold on.
Is it me?
It's Dan Mullen. Why is it Dan Mullen?
Because it's
transition to me.
Oh yeah,
because it's up there. Yeah, you just.
Damn it!
Wow, bro.
I'm trying. All right, you guys keep talking. Keep talking.
Kiffin is. That was I remember him wearing the DK Metcalf.
So
like,
Kiffin, yes, but like stress, gained weight like crazy.
Oh yeah,
remember like back in the
Boca Raton, and then he
remember
just
when like
put
the
on
Tosh.0 days, like when Tosh.0 like did all this
Kiffin's
stuff.
Crimson Corner. It didn't get any better than that.
No.
Oh man.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Is this him now?
Yeah.
That's him now?
Wow,
Yeah.
he lost a lot of weight, dude.
Boop.
Yeah, you did Kiffin dirty.
I didn't know. I just typed in 2020 because I don't know.
You put up like a hypo looking picture of.
Well,
Lane
it was
Kiffin.
it was.
That's probably where you go.
Right there.
Of course.
wait.
Yeah, he's lost considerable amount of weight.
When was that article?
All right.
I think?
That was the first week of the season. They didn't have.
Let me transition so people can see. There you go.
Yeah.
It's Lane Kiffin now.
Lane Kiffin.
Hot. Well, I knew that he was like hot and like banging.
This right now.
He was banging like
It's so funny.
College.
Yeah.
Hold up. Oh, here we go. There's the results.
Hey, you can't really see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you hold it, Aiden.
Yeah.
We don't have to show it.
Here's the results. There's the results.
Was that Kiffin our last one?
Pause it. Chart it.
Yeah, Kiffin was the last one.
Guys, this.
Ta-da! There it is.
Hayden, did you ever watch Kiffin's Crimson Corner on Tosh.0?
God, can we pull it up?
No, we cannot play that on our podcast.
maybe.
First of all, copyright issues, but it is a very funny segment on Tosh.0.
Oh man, you gotta look.
Anything else, boys?
I think hot or not. I will have to go through the results and define whether or not.
Hey,
could we do NFL head coaches next week?
Maybe.
There's a lot of hot NFL.
Hey, you think you want to fade me up on the pod?
Would you want?
You avoided my question the other day.
No, I didn't. I sent it and it didn't go through.
Oh.
I think too many people are doing the barber shtick on.
I just want a haircut, and I think it'd be funny.
And no.
But we'd have that.
I just feel like they do like LeBron James done the whole barbershop thing. Like I feel like
I don't know.
Alabama's done it now.
I don't watch any of that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm the person to let you know that it exists.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. I'll cut your hair for sure. It'll be too loud. I think.
Yeah.
They have a lot. No offense, Hayden, but like they probably have sound equipment that like takes out the buzzer of the.
I think I'm offended by that. You think I won't go buy that right now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
To all of those.
Anything else?
Nope.
Cool. So hopefully we'll be back next week. We should be. But from all of us at Summer Tree Sports Podcast, that is all for this edition of the show. Thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it. Hopefully we can do this one day where we can be super consistent and can churn out a bunch of content. We appreciate you for watching. Thanks so much.
Have a good week.
Summer Tree. Summer Tree.
Summer Tree.